There comes a moment in every human life when everything feels heavy, when the world seems to have turned its back on you, when you wake up and feel like you've lost your purpose. You look in the mirror and see someone tired, defeated, someone who used to dream but no longer believes. And in that silence, in that private space between what you were and what you've become, there is a choice waiting for you, a choice to stay broken or to rise. You see, being broken isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of your transformation. It's life's way of shaking you, of saying, wake up. You are more powerful than you think. Every great person, every legend, every unstoppable soul you've ever admired, they were all broken at some point. They all faced moments that nearly destroyed them. But they made one decision that changed everything. They decided not to be defined by their pain. They chose to rebuild. Pain is not your enemy, it's your teacher. Failure is not your identity, it's your foundation. When life pushes you down, it's not punishment, it's preparation. The problem is not that you fell, the problem is that you've started believing that you can't get up again. But you can, you always can. Because the human spirit was built to rise, to fight, to rebuild itself from ashes stronger than before. You must understand, mindset is everything. Your life will always move in the direction of your strongest thoughts. If your thoughts are filled with fear, your world will shrink. If your thoughts are filled with doubt, your confidence will fade. But when your mind is filled with faith, hunger, and belief, your world will expand beyond imagination. The battle is not outside, it's inside. It's between who you are now and who you're capable of becoming. Most people spend their entire lives running from discomfort. They avoid pain, avoid rejection, avoid failure. But the truth is, the very things they run from are the things that would make them great. Growth never comes from comfort. Strength never comes from ease. Diamonds are not formed in light. They are born under pressure. And so are you. You have to stop waiting for motivation to come and rescue you. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect chance, the perfect plan. The truth is, there is no perfect time. There is only now. The moment you decide that you're done being broken, that you're done being average, that you're done watching your life pass by, that's the moment everything begins to change. You must rewire your thinking, because the moment your mindset changes, your entire life begins to follow. It's not the outside circumstances that hold you back. It's the story you tell yourself about those circumstances. You are not weak because you failed. You are strong because you tried. You are not broken because you lost. You are alive because you still have a chance to fight again. Think about it. Every scar you carry, every wound, every tear, they are not signs of weakness. They are proof that you survived what tried to destroy you. They are symbols of strength. You didn't come this far to stop now. You didn't endure the storms just to give up before the sunrise. There is something powerful waiting on the other side of your pain. And that something is the unstoppable version of you. The world doesn't need another person who gives up easily. The world needs someone like you, someone who's been through the fire and refused to burn, someone who's been broken but chose to rebuild, someone who learned that mindset is the real superpower. Because once your mind shifts, your world transforms. You must train your thoughts like a warrior trains for battle. Every day, your mind will try to pull you back into comfort, back into doubt, back into your old patterns. But that's when you fight back. You tell yourself, no more. I am not my past. I am not my failures. I am not the opinions of others. I am the master of my mind and the creator of my destiny. When you start speaking to yourself like that, something powerful begins to happen inside you. Your energy changes, your posture changes, your confidence begins to rise. The world around you starts to respond differently, because everything begins in the mind. You cannot think like a victim and live like a victor. You cannot dwell on problems and expect progress. You cannot expect success while clinging to excuses. Change begins the moment you decide that your mindset is your greatest weapon. You begin to understand that obstacles are not roadblocks, they are tests. They are asking you one question: how badly do you want it? Most people say they want success, but they don't want the struggle that comes with it. They want change but not challenge. They want growth but not the grind. But you have to be different. You have to be the one who chooses discipline over distraction. You have to be the one who chooses purpose over comfort. You have to be the one who keeps walking even when the path is dark. Because that's what unstoppable people do. They don't wait for light, they create it. They don't wait for the storm to pass, they learn to dance in the rain. And yes, it's hard. Rebuilding yourself after being broken is one of the hardest things you will ever do. But it's also the most rewarding. Because once you come out on the other side, nothing can break you again. You'll realize that the version of you that existed before the pain could never have handled the life you're about to live now. The pain was necessary, the struggle was the doorway, the mindset shift was the key. So right now, wherever you are, take a deep breath, let go of everything that tried to break you, and remind yourself, this is not the end. This is the beginning. You are being shaped. You are being prepared. You are being reborn into the unstoppable version of yourself. You don't need anyone to believe in you more than you believe in yourself. You don't need validation. You don't need approval. You just need one decision, to never go back to the person you used to be. Because that person was surviving, but now you're ready to live. You are not broken. You are becoming. You are evolving. You are rising. And soon the world will see what happens when a mind truly changes. Because once your mind changes, everything changes. When you begin to change your mindset, something subtle yet powerful begins to shift inside you. You start to see the same world through different eyes. The same problems that used to break you now challenge you. The same pain that used to make you cry now fuels you. You start realizing that life isn't happening to you. It's happening for you. Every obstacle, every disappointment, every closed door is redirecting you toward the person you are meant to become. That's the power of a changed mind. It doesn't erase pain, but it gives meaning to it. It doesn't remove struggle, but it gives you strength to face it. The moment you stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this teaching me? Your entire life changes. Because now, instead of being a victim, you become a student of life. And life rewards those who learn. You see, the world has a strange way of testing your hunger. When you start dreaming bigger, life will challenge you harder. It will ask you again and again, do you really want this? Do you have what it takes to keep going when everything in you wants to quit? Most people give up right there. They retreat, they say, maybe this wasn't meant for me. But unstoppable people don't think like that. They know that every test is an opportunity to prove their strength. Every failure is just feedback. Every fall is just preparation for a higher rise. The difference between those who stay broken and those who become unstoppable is not luck. It's not talent. It's not opportunity. It's mindset. Some people have all the talent in the world, but no discipline, no focus, no belief. And they fall apart when life gets hard. But then there are people who started with nothing, who had no reason to succeed, yet they refused to give up. They refused to believe that their current reality was permanent. That's the power of a changed mindset. It turns pain into fuel, fear into focus, and obstacles into opportunities. It's not about being fearless. It's about feeling fear and moving forward anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's the decision that something else is more important than fear. You might be scared. You might be tired. You might be uncertain. But if your mind is focused, if your purpose is clear, you'll keep walking even when your legs shake, because the power inside you is greater than the pressure outside you. You have to learn to silence the noise, the doubts, the opinions, the fears, the comparisons, because they're everywhere. People will doubt you. Life will test you. Your own mind will try to trick you into giving up. But remember this, you become unstoppable the moment you decide to stop listening to that voice that says, I can't, and start speaking the one that says, watch me. A changed mindset doesn't come overnight. It's a process. It's discipline. It's waking up every day and choosing to fight your old patterns. It's choosing growth even when it's uncomfortable. It's saying no to distractions that used to control you. It's breaking habits that drain your potential. It's learning to control your thoughts instead of letting your thoughts control you. Think about your mind like a garden. Whatever you plant, there will grow. If you plant doubt, you'll reap insecurity. If you plant fear, you'll reap hesitation. But if you plant belief, if you water it with discipline and protect it with patience, you'll harvest greatness. Most people plant dreams and then abandon them when weeds of doubt start to grow. But you must tend to your mind daily. You must protect it from negativity, from fear, from laziness, from people who don't believe in you. Every day you have to feed your focus and starve your distractions. Every day you must remind yourself why you started. Because your reason, your why, is what keeps you moving when everything else fails. When you feel tired, remember your why. When you feel like quitting, remember your why. When no one believes in you, hold on to your why, because that's what keeps you grounded when everything else shakes. You must realize that being broken was a part of your training. You needed to experience struggle so that strength could be built. You needed to face rejection so that resilience could be born. You needed to feel lost so that you could value direction. Everything that happened to you was building the foundation for your unstoppable version. You were not being punished. You were being prepared. So stop cursing the pain and start thanking it, because that pain forced you to grow. It forced you to look within. It showed you what truly matters. It exposed your weaknesses so that you could strengthen them. The truth is, your pain made you wise. It gave you depth. It gave you empathy. It made you real. And that's what makes you powerful. Not perfection, but authenticity. The world is full of people pretending to have it all together, chasing external validation, trying to impress others. But true power doesn't come from appearance. It comes from authenticity. When you accept who you are, flaws, scars, fears, and all, you become unstoppable. Because now you have nothing to hide. You've faced your darkness, and you've survived it. You can't fake peace. You can't fake purpose. You can't fake discipline. These things come from within, from a mind that has been through war and still chooses to stand tall, so stand tall. Even if you're shaking, stand tall. Even if your heart is broken, stand tall. Even if no one claps for you, stand tall. Because the moment you stand, the world starts to notice. You may not be where you want to be yet, but you're not where you used to be either. And that's progress. Celebrate that. Celebrate the little victories, the moments you chose not to quit, the days you kept going, the nights you believed in yourself even when no one else did. Those small wins are the foundation of your unstoppable self. The road to becoming unstoppable is not about becoming perfect. It's about becoming stronger, wiser, and more resilient. It's about realizing that no matter what happens, you will find a way to rise. Because when your mindset changes, your limits expand. You stop asking, "Can I do this?" and start declaring, "I will do this." That's when everything begins to align. You start attracting new opportunities, new people, new energy, because you're no longer vibrating at the frequency of fear. You're operating from faith. You stop surviving and start thriving. You stop blaming and start building. You stop doubting and start doing. That's when the unstoppable version of you truly comes alive. And that's the person the world needs to see, not the broken version, not the doubtful version, but the powerful, purposeful, focused version of you. The version that knows that every setback was a setup. The version that knows that every failure was a lesson. The version that knows that no matter what happens next, you will rise. Because now your mind is no longer your prison, it's your power. And that changes everything. There comes a time when the pain that once broke you becomes the very reason you rise stronger. When you start seeing life not as a series of random struggles, but as a journey of growth. That's the power of a changed mindset. It gives meaning to every moment, every challenge, every heartbreak. You stop asking, "Why me?" and start saying, "Try me." Because once your mind expands to believe in your own strength, nothing and no one can shrink it back. You begin to understand that success doesn't start when you reach the top. It starts when you refuse to quit at the bottom. The journey from broken to unstoppable is not measured by the applause of others, but by the quiet battles you fight within yourself. The days you don't give up even though no one is watching. The nights you wipe your own tears and still wake up determined to move forward. That's where true power is born, in those silent, unseen moments of perseverance. You must stop waiting for the world to give you permission to rise. You don't need approval to rebuild your life. You don't need validation to chase your dreams. The only permission you need is your own. Because when you stop seeking acceptance from others and start seeking alignment with your purpose, you become unstoppable. The noise outside no longer matters when the voice within is powerful enough. Every human being has a voice inside that says, "There's more for you." You've heard it. It's that whisper that keeps showing up even when you try to ignore it. It speaks in the silence after failure. It speaks in the loneliness after heartbreak. It's that spark that refuses to die, no matter how many times life tries to extinguish it. That voice, that's your spirit reminding you of your potential. And if you listen to it long enough, it will guide you out of your pain and into your purpose. But to hear it clearly, you must quiet the noise of self-doubt. Doubt is a liar. It tells you that you're not enough, that it's too late, that you'll never change. But remember this: doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Failure is just a step. Doubt is a cage. When you start believing that your life has value, when you start believing that your dreams are worth fighting for, you unlock a power within you that can't be measured. There will be moments when your old habits call you back. When the comfort of your past tries to pull you away from your growth, you'll hear that voice saying, "Just give up. It's too hard. It's not worth it." But that's the moment you must fight the hardest, because every breakthrough requires a battle. Every transformation demands resistance. You cannot step into a new version of yourself while holding on to the old one. You must be willing to let go. Let go of who you were so you can become who you're meant to be. Let go of the need to control everything and start trusting the process. Let go of people who drain your energy and surround yourself with those who inspire your growth. Let go of old beliefs that no longer serve you, the ones that say, "I'm not capable, I'm not smart enough, I'm not worthy." You are capable, you are smart enough, you are worthy, you always were. You just needed to believe it. Because once belief enters your heart, everything changes. You move differently, you speak differently, you carry yourself with quiet confidence. You stop chasing and start attracting. You stop forcing and start flowing. That's not arrogance, and that's alignment. It's the natural result of a mind that knows who it is and where it's going. A changed mindset doesn't mean life gets easier. It means you get stronger. It means when storms come, you don't panic. You prepare. When failures happen, you don't collapse. You learn. When things fall apart, you don't curse. You rebuild. You stop reacting to life and start responding to it. That's mastery. That's growth. That's transformation. You see, there's a version of you waiting on the other side of fear. A version that's more disciplined, more focused, more alive. But to reach that version, you must pass through discomfort. You must embrace uncertainty. You must learn to act even when you're not ready. Most people wait for confidence before they start. But confidence doesn't come before action. It comes after it. You build confidence by doing. You build strength by showing up. You build belief by taking one step forward, even when you can't see the full path. Every day is a new chance to become unstoppable. Not by doing something dramatic, but by making small, consistent choices. Wake up with intention. Speak words of power. Move your body. Feed your mind. Protect your energy. Do the things that strengthen your soul. Because greatness is not built in a day, it's built daily. And yes, there will be days when you feel tired, days when motivation disappears, days when the old you whispers, "Go back to comfort." But that's when discipline must take over. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Motivation is temporary, but discipline builds destiny. The unstoppable ones are not those who are always motivated. They're the ones who show up even when they're not. Understand this. You are not fighting the world. You are fighting your limitations. You are not in competition with others. You are in competition with your excuses. Every time you win that inner war, you grow stronger. Every time you choose growth over comfort, your unstoppable self expands. And soon the things that once broke you will no longer affect you, because your mindset has outgrown them. Your circumstances may not have changed yet, but you have. And that's where change truly begins, within you. The power to transform your life doesn't lie in luck, money, or chance. It lies in the way you think. When your mind becomes unshakable, your life becomes unstoppable. You have to look at yourself and say, no more. No more living small. No more doubting my worth. No more wasting time on things that don't move me forward. You were not born to live in fear. You were not born to live in regret. You were born to rise, to create, to become a force that inspires others. And that begins with one decision: to change your mindset completely. Every time you choose growth, you're telling the universe, I'm ready. Every time you rise after falling, you're saying, I'm not done yet. Every time you face fear head-on, you're declaring, I'm stronger than this. And that energy, that fire, that relentless belief, that's what transforms a broken soul into an unstoppable one. You have come too far to let your past define you. You have fought too many battles to stay small. You've survived things that were meant to destroy you, and yet here you are, breathing, standing, ready. That means something. That means your story isn't over. That means your best chapter is still ahead, and when that chapter unfolds, the world will see not the broken version of you, but the unstoppable one. The one who took pain and turned it into power. The one who took fear and turned it into focus. The one who took doubt and turned it into destiny. Because that's what happens when a mind truly changes. Life bows to it. When you finally reach the point where your mindset has shifted, something extraordinary happens. The world around you begins to respond differently, not because it has changed, but because you have. The same challenges that once drained you no longer control you. The same people who once doubted you no longer affect you. The same situations that once broke you now strengthen you. You start to realize that everything outside is a reflection of what you've built inside. You no longer chase peace, you create it. You no longer seek happiness, you nurture it. You no longer wait for opportunities, you make them. That's the quiet confidence of someone who has mastered their mind. It's not loud, it's not desperate, it's not boastful. It's steady, grounded, unshakable. That's what being unstoppable truly means. It's not about never falling, it's about never staying down. When your mindset changes, your energy changes. People feel it when you walk into a room. They may not know what happened, but they sense something powerful about you. A calm intensity, a quiet strength, a purpose that can't be faked. Because now, you're no longer moved by doubt or fear. You're moved by conviction. You've learned that your focus is sacred, your time is precious, and your peace is priceless. You stop explaining yourself to those who don't understand your vision. You stop arguing with those who don't believe in your path. You stop chasing people who left you. Because when you truly change your mindset, you understand that not everyone is meant to go where you're going. Some people were lessons, not lifetimes. Some losses were protection, not punishment. The universe removes what no longer aligns with your growth, and that's not rejection, that's redirection. When you live with this awareness, you become unstoppable. Because now, nothing external can control your internal world. You no longer get lost in comparison. You no longer seek approval. You no longer depend on circumstances to feel powerful. You carry your power within you, and that power shines through everything you do. The truth is, once your mindset changes, you start to see potential everywhere. Where others see failure, you see feedback. Where others see endings, you see new beginnings. Where others see problems, you see possibilities. This shift in perspective turns ordinary people into visionaries. It turns victims into victors. It turns broken souls into builders. And yes, people will notice your transformation. Some will be inspired by it, others will be intimidated by it. Some will celebrate your rise, others will question it. But you must stay centered. Because your journey is not about proving anyone wrong, it's about proving yourself right. The moment you stop seeking revenge and start seeking growth, you rise to a level where nothing can pull you back down. The path of transformation isn't easy. There will still be tests, temptations, and trials. There will still be days when old thoughts creep back in, whispering, "You're not enough." But that's where awareness comes in. You've trained your mind long enough to recognize those lies for what they are, echoes of an old version of you. And you simply smile and say, "I've moved on." Because you have. You see, life will always test you at the level you've just conquered. Every time you grow, a new challenge appears to test that growth. But instead of breaking you, it strengthens you further. It's like lifting weights. Resistance builds muscle, and the more mental resistance you overcome, the stronger your mindset becomes. You begin to understand that discipline is freedom. Most people think discipline is restriction, but in truth, it's liberation. Because once you master your mind, you no longer become a slave to your impulses, your emotions, or your environment. You gain control, not over others, but over yourself. And that's the highest form of power there is. There's a calm confidence that comes with this awareness. You stop reacting to every small thing. You stop explaining your worth. You stop begging for attention. Because when you know who you are, you don't need to convince anyone else. You move with quiet certainty. You operate with intention. You speak with clarity. That's what makes you magnetic. Not perfection, but authenticity backed by purpose. And purpose changes everything. Once you know your why, you can endure any how. Purpose gives your pain meaning. It gives your struggle direction. It gives your actions significance. Without purpose, life feels empty. But with purpose, even pain becomes sacred, because you understand it's taking you somewhere. So ask yourself, what drives me? What fuels me? What legacy do I want to leave behind? Because once you find that answer, your days of drifting are over. You stop wasting time. You stop settling for mediocrity. You stop chasing temporary comfort. You start building something real, something lasting, something that reflects who you truly are. The unstoppable version of you doesn't live in the future. It lives in your daily choices. The choices you make when no one's watching. The choice to get up when you don't feel like it. The choice to focus when distractions scream your name. The choice to stay consistent when progress feels invisible. Because greatness isn't built in the spotlight, it's built in the shadows of persistence. Every single day, remind yourself that you are in control of your thoughts, and your thoughts control your life. If you think you're limited, you'll live limited. If you think you're capable, you'll begin to see opportunities you never saw before. The lens through which you view yourself determines what you allow yourself to reach for. Change the lens and the view changes. The greatest mistake most people make is thinking they'll change their life before changing their mind. But it's the opposite. Your life changes only after your mind does. You can't have a wealthy life with a poor mindset. You can't live peacefully with a chaotic mindset. You can't live confidently with a fearful mindset. Everything begins in the mind. That's why your focus must be sacred. You must protect your peace like it's treasure, because it is. Protect your time. Protect your energy. Protect your vision. Not everyone deserves access to your mind. Not every conversation deserves your attention. Not every distraction deserves your response. When you learn to say no to what drains you, you create space for what strengthens you. The transformation from broken to unstoppable isn't loud. It's silent. It's in the moments when you choose growth instead of gossip, purpose instead of procrastination, action instead of excuses. It's in the quiet mornings when you get up before the world does to work on your dream. It's in the lonely nights when you refuse to give up even though no one believes in you. That's where unstoppable is built, in private before it's ever seen in public. And when the results come, because they will come, you'll look back and realize it was never the world that changed. It was you, your thinking, your energy, your belief, your discipline. And because you changed, everything else had no choice but to follow. You'll understand that the pain was necessary, the struggle was divine, the journey was worth it. Because through it all you discovered the greatest truth of all, that nothing in this world is more powerful than a mind that refuses to quit. There comes a moment when you realize that everything you've been through was leading you here, to this version of you. The one that refuses to be defeated, the one that doesn't run from pain anymore, but walks through it with purpose. The one that understands that being broken was never a curse, it was a calling to rise, a calling to awaken, a calling to rebuild yourself into something unshakable. And now, after all the storms, after all the nights of doubt, after every tear and every setback, you finally see the truth. The power was never outside you. It was always within you, waiting for you to believe in it, waiting for you to stop saying, "I can't," and start declaring, "I will," waiting for you to stop surviving and start living. That's the moment when broken turns to unstoppable. You see, unstoppable isn't about never feeling pain. It's about knowing how to use pain. It's about standing tall when everything around you tries to push you down. It's about turning wounds into wisdom and failure into fuel. It's about walking through darkness with faith that the light is coming. And it always does, because when your mindset changes, even your darkest moments become a source of light. The person you were before the pain, that person could have never handled the strength you have now. The person you were before the struggle, they didn't know what they were capable of. It took heartbreak to teach you compassion. It took failure to teach you humility. It took loss to teach you gratitude. Every single thing that once broke, you built something unbreakable inside you. You may have scars, but those scars are not signs of weakness. They are the proof that you healed, proof that you endured, proof that you refused to give up. The world honors perfect stories, but it's the broken ones that carry real power, because they're true. They remind others that no matter how bad it gets, it's still possible to rise again. And when you rise, you don't rise just for yourself. You rise for everyone who still feels stuck in their darkness. You become the evidence that change is real, that healing is possible, that mindset truly can transform everything. So never hide your scars, never be ashamed of your past, never apologize for your struggle. Wear them as armor because they're the proof that you are a warrior, that you faced what was meant to break you and chose to build instead. You've earned your strength. You've earned your peace. You've earned your confidence. You've earned your unstoppable mindset. Now the mission is different. It's no longer about proving anyone wrong. It's about living so fully that your life itself becomes proof of what's possible. It's about walking with purpose, speaking with love, and acting with discipline. Because now you understand that success without peace is empty. Growth without gratitude is meaningless. Power without humility is dangerous. A changed mindset gives you balance. It keeps you grounded while you rise. Every morning you wake up now, remember this. The world doesn't owe you anything, but you owe yourself everything. You owe yourself the chance to live fully. You owe yourself the effort to keep going. You owe yourself the belief that your dreams are possible, because the moment you stop believing, your mind begins to shrink again, and you didn't come this far to go backward. You've worked too hard to rebuild yourself. You've come too far to doubt your worth. You've survived too much to live small. So step boldly into this new chapter of your life, the chapter where you no longer wait for opportunities, you create them. Where you no longer run from challenges, you embrace them. Where you no longer doubt your value, you embody it. The unstoppable version of you doesn't need motivation every day. It's fueled by purpose. It doesn't need approval. It's guided by clarity. It doesn't fear failure. It learns from it. This version of you doesn't just survive the storm. It becomes the storm, unshakable, focused, free. Remember, your thoughts are your power. Whatever you hold in your mind long enough, you will hold in your hands. If you keep thinking of fear, fear will grow. If you keep thinking of doubt, doubt will multiply. But if you fill your mind with faith, gratitude, vision, and action, life will begin to unfold in ways you once thought impossible. Your mind is a magnet. It attracts what it believes. Believe in defeat and you'll see barriers everywhere. Believe in victory and you'll see pathways where others see walls. That's why protecting your mindset is the single most important thing you can do every day. You can lose money, lose time, even lose people. But if you never lose your mindset, you will rebuild everything, again and again. The truth is, you will still fall sometimes. You will still face days that test your patience, your focus, your faith. But the difference now is, you'll never break the same way again. Because your mindset has changed. You've tasted your own strength. You've seen what you're capable of. And once you've seen that, you can never unsee it. You may bend, but you will never break. So from this moment on, live like the person you were created to be. Bold, focused, compassionate, unstoppable. Don't wait for the perfect conditions, create them. Don't wait for the right people, become the right person. Don't wait for miracles, be the miracle. Because every time you rise from your pain, Every time you overcome what was meant to destroy you, you are performing a miracle, the miracle of transformation. Look around you. Look at how far you've come. You are no longer who you used to be. You've grown, you've evolved, you've stepped into your power. And that power doesn't just belong to a few chosen people. It belongs to anyone willing to change their mindset and refuse to give up. That's the secret. That's the truth. That's the power of a changed mind. From broken to unstoppable. It's not a slogan. It's a journey of rediscovery, of discipline, of faith, of courage. A journey that begins the moment you decide to take back control of your thoughts. Because once your mind believes, your body follows. Once your mind commits, your reality shifts. Once your mind awakens, your entire life transforms. So stand tall. Speak life into yourself. Declare your power out loud. I am not broken. I am rebuilding. I am not lost. I am learning. I am not weak. I am rising. I am not done. I am becoming. Because that is the truth. You are becoming. Every day, in every choice, in every small victory, you are evolving into the unstoppable version of yourself. And one day soon, when you look back at the pain, the fear, the doubt, the tears, you'll smile. Because you'll realize that all of it was worth it. Every scar, every fall, every dark night, it all brought you here. To strength, to freedom, to clarity, to power. You are living proof that a changed mindset can change a life. You are proof that it's never too late to start over. You are proof that being broken was never the end. It was the beginning of your unstoppable rise. And now, as your new chapter unfolds, carry this truth in your heart. No matter what comes next, you will rise again. Because the power that lives within you cannot be destroyed. It can only grow. It can only evolve. It can only keep moving forward. You were broken once, but now you are unstoppable.